Aloha guys, and welcome to another Pacific Rim tutorial. My name is Marguerite and I'll be demonstrating to you how we make Dacron loops. If you're unsure what those are, they're a good long-term replacement for rubber bands you use on your outriggers. You apply it to your mono before your swivel, it attaches to your release clip. And it's a really good tool to use so you can always know exactly where your lure placement is in your spread, so it's always running at the same length every time. And the equipment we're gonna need is our Dacron. I have pound 130, it always needs to match your mono so it fits correctly. I have my 130 splicing needle here as well as my loop needle as well. I got my scissors, lighter, and then a ruler to measure. So let's get started. Okay, so first I'm gonna measure out about 12 inches of Dacron. Okay, from my 12 inches, I'm gonna measure about another 4. And it really is up to you about how long you want your Dacron loops. It's all up to you, so this is just how I do it. Alright, so with my little loop needle here, I'm going to go down, I'm going to go actually pierce straight through the Dacron, straight through the middle, and I'm going to come out right on the other end. So I'm just piercing directly through the Dacron. Bring it all the way up to the top of the needle, then take the small tag end here of Dacron, and you're going to put it into the loop to pull it through. So just kind of finagle that into there, just give it a little twisting action, which helps pull it through. All right, so now I have my one loop through, and from here you can kind of determine how big you'd like your loop to be. So I'm gonna make mine maybe about 1 inch long, looks good. And then going back into the side you popped out from, I'm gonna put the needle back through, on the small end. You're gonna put the needle through just below where it comes out through the other side. Put that in, and now with the small end, I'm gonna take the long end and put it through. And if your Dacron's fraying, you could just wet it a little bit with whatever. Okay. Now I'm gonna pull that through. Alright, and if you want to watch real slow, it looks kind of weird, but you'll see, it'll straighten through. Alright, now I have that starting on the top, and now I can really make sure that the loop is where I want it to be, and holding that, I'm going to pull this end, pull the long end, and that's going to cinch those two dives in right there. It's going to cinch that little knot. Alright, so got that, and finally, with my tail end here, I'm going to take my loop needle and go through again. This time I'm going into the Dacron, so into the hollow core of the Dacron, and I'm going to go the length down. And it's just needing to be the length of this to get that all the way in there, so you don't need to go all the way through. Whoops. But just enough so it goes through, plus maybe a little more. So that looks good to me. Alright, put it back up to the top. Now I'm going to take my tag end again, stick it through, pull that Dacron up, and we're going to loop it, twist it. Dacron works like a Chinese finger trap, so if you ever feel like it's too tight, just squish it together and that'll loosen it all up for you. Alright, so all the way down, my tag end's going to come up, and then I just straighten that through, and voila, I have my loop end of my Dacron loop. And then to seal this deal, I need to take this tag end here, the last end, and I'm using my Daho 130 pound splicing needle. You gotta make sure it's the same pound, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna burn the end, and if it's not the right size inside of that hole before you burn it, your line is not going to properly fit through your Dacron loop, so you have to really make sure you use the right needle size. Alright, so with my 130 to 150 splice needle, have it there inside the end, and I'm going to just take the lighter and burn all that fray line right there. Alright, and there you got your Dacron loop. Alright, now that the Dacron loop's all finished, I'm going to show you guys how to attach it to your mono. I have my Penn International here spooled with 130 Amylon, so let's get to it. Alright, now that I have my Dacron Loop all ready to go, it's time to apply it onto the line. And how this is going to go, this is going to be towards your reel, and this long end is going to be going out towards your lure. So when you apply the Dacron Loop, first off you want to apply it before your swivels, I think I already mentioned that, but you want to start it at the top of the loop. So with your splicing needle, at the very bottom of the double up where it singles out again, the single Dacron, I'm going to pierce through here, and I'm going to again go down the middle. Alright, and now make sure your line's in your needle so that you can pull it through. Alright, and now we're going to push that Dacron loop all the way up onto the mono, and then easy peasy just pop off that needle, and there we have it. And now that is firm on the mono. Now that it's placed on the mono, it's very easy to slide up and down. So once you find the perfect spot for where you want your lure to be, because this is going to be attached to your outrigger clip, once you know where you want your lure to be on the placement with your Dacron loop, you're going to take some floss and you're going to do some half hitches here in the little crook, and that's going to keep that from sliding up and down too much. But you don't want to do it too tight, or else it's going to be too hard. You want it just enough so it's tight and moves, but it's not too loose and not too tight. But yeah, so that's how it's going to look on the line. Looks good. Now that my Dacron loop's all applied to my reel, it's ready to be put on the rod, attach the swivel, and you're ready to go fishing. Thank you so much everybody for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel to stay notified of all our future tutorials. And thank you again so much for watching. Mahalo!